out Mania. Zeus is the champion and we're marking out on Mania.
Ooh, a little twist on the classic track.
Zeus is the champion, my friend.
I'm co-champion with my two teammates.
Hold on. You are the Mid-South Moments USA versus UK Trivia Trios champion. There you go.
Of the first annual memories. First anniversary.
That's a lot to put on a belt.
Now, I was crowned at the end there. I was crowned the MVP.
MVP. Yeah. I was like, balling. MVP.
I mean, yeah, you basically saved saved their bacon, Team USA.
Zeus was killing it. First of all, what's up, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to Markout Mania. Pedro and Zeus, the champion, by the way. Excuse us.
Yeah, sorry, everyone. Welcome to Markout Mania. A little absent-minded this morning, I guess, because I woke up so early to watch the G1.
Final day at B Block.
Yep. Tomorrow's the finals.
All of us are still taken back by the extraordinary performance of a man named Zeus.
Yeah.
So, for those of you who may or may not know, I've guest starred on the Mid-South Moments podcast a few times, hosted by Stephen Gutteridge, which is, in and of itself is an amazing thing, because here we have a young British man in his early 30s or late 20s who has discovered Mid-South wrestling from the early 80s and is watching and chronicling that.
He's loving it too, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, and it's amazing to think of what this young man has done, because he's even had Ricky Morton on his podcast. So a huge congratulations to you for this past year. Thank you so much having it on, for having me on a few times already, and thank you for including me in the first ever Trivia Championship, USA versus Team UK.
Now Zeus is going to be not only is he super, not only is he famous, but now he's an MVP. Now he's going to be walking around with a T-shirt, super famous MVP. He's going to walk in, he's going to get free churros and ice cream. It's going to be all over. He's going to be doing the weather, North Carolina news. He's going to be stopping, signing autographs for kids. He's going to be selling Chevrolets on TVs. He's going to be doing all kinds of stuff now. He's Zeus, and he's here, baby.
I'm going to take the Mid-South Moments T-shirt I won. I'm going to take that to the flea market and get the MVP, sparkle airbrush.
Yeah. Nice. Oh man, but that was some good stuff, man. That was some good stuff. I was telling you, it was like I was telling you guys in the pre-show. I was listening to it on my phone. I was with my mother. I was doing some stuff for my mom, and I'm yelling into the phone at the top of my lungs. I'm like, he's answering the question, who was the first ECW champion? I'm yelling at my phone, Superfly Snooker, Jimmy Snooker, you bastards, get it right. And I'm yelling and I'm screaming, and it was like exciting. And I'm not the one even doing the quiz, and I'm like sweating over here. I'm like nervous, and I'm like, you better get this, Zeus. And then they asked about the Road Warriors, about Starkid. I said, Zeus, if you don't get this, I swear to God, I'm gonna reach in this phone and slap the shit out of you. I was like, this is.
You heard? I only had problems with one question on that.
Yeah. You killed it. Everything.
The rest of them, I'm answering them before he's done asking the question.
Yeah.
And you was like, so I live like 5 miles away from the Greensboro. So I got look at this guy. I gotta love this guy right now. So at the end of it, I'm yelling. So I look over to my mom. I say, hey, Mom, yo, Mom. And she goes, what? I said, we have a new Mid-South Moment UK versus USA Trivia Trios champion, and his name is Zeus King Dark, baby. And my mom just looked at me. She goes, what the hell is wrong with you? That's some funny shit, man. Good stuff, Zeus.
It was awesome, like listening to it, and like Zeus is late to the he's late to the broadcast.
Yeah, he shows up with a churro in hand. Sorry, my bad. You know,
and like so, everyone's both sides are kind of having a rough time until Zeus shows up. Like in terms of the answering the questions, they're having a rough time. But some of the questions were pretty hard. Like saying how many title changes were in a year. I was like, fuck, like I would. That'd be hard.
They were hard. And there's one guy going, hey, man, I don't know if I can help. I burned too many brain cells drinking in New Orleans. I'm like, what the hell's going on in this place? I'm like, oh, here we go. Where's Zeus? God damn it.
I had good teammates. Phil and the coach did really well. They tied the Brits, until I could get there. It was 5-5.
And then you got 5 out of 5.
He's like the lone fucking ranger. He just rode in and saved the day. Look at this guy.
Like y'all pulled away so far. Like once you showed up, you like. But they never like the final tally was what 21-11 or something like that.
Yeah.
That was all Zeus. Zeus came in and bang, 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 bang. He was like banging out answers, and then he was getting cocky. Like, come on, you should know this. You guys got to know this. I was like, look at this guy, fucking Zeus. I love this guy right here.
The one that really, that I really pulled out of my ass was the John Cena one.
Yeah, I was rolling too. I was like, no shit, he got it. I was like, this guy's unbelievable right now. He's on a roll.
And the reason I said John Cena was for 2 reasons. One, he got us with that trick question.
Yeah.
There's a lot of trick questions he was saying. Yeah.
He won the Mid-South North American and the WWF World Title. And
there was no one who did that, right?
Right. Mm-hmm. And so then I'm thinking there, and I'm like, I always hear, these arguments about, John Cena and all of his title reigns and the time that he put in, and I'm like, I bet it's John fucking Cena, and I just said it, and he was just like, he's just like, I can't believe it, there was, a few of them, I can't believe I bonered on, the damn Dory Funk Jr. question, I hate we missed that one. I can't believe
Pedro Morales. Everybody got that one.
Yeah, that was a whole muddle. That was a mess.
The whole thing was a mess too. And I was like, wait a minute, what? I was like,
I got it wrong from just listening. I was yelling at the thing like Pedro Morales, and then it's like, oh, you're incorrect. I was like, what?
You got you guys in Texas and guys in Orlando, Florida, yelling at the phones because of you, Zeus.
The I can't believe they picked Bockwinkel for most.
Yeah, come on, Vern Gagne. He won like 10 reigns.
Yeah, my whole thing was I was like, it was Vern Gagne's promotion.
Yeah,
he created the.
He didn't trust anybody. He didn't trust anybody with the strap.
Right. Well, plus, he created the AWA because Lou Thez wouldn't drop the NWA title.
Yep, that's right. And the only reason why he finally gave up the belt was he was getting too old to be in competitor all the time.
Yeah,
that was the only reason why he gave up the belt.
Well, and he thought maybe his son was going to do well.
Oh, brutal. Yeah, that's a whole other story, please.
And aside here, if you've never seen, there's a Vern Gagne Lou Thez match from Chicago.
Yes.
On YouTube. Mm-hmm. If you've never seen it, you should watch it. It's actually really good. It's a really good match.
Fantastic match.
Actually, the AWA was really good back in the day, you know?
Well, this was before the AWA existed.
Yeah, I'm just saying, though, you know, the AWA was really good because it took a lot of shit at the end, but it was pretty good stuff back in the day, you know? I mean, you had the Crusher, you know, you had Dick the Bruiser, you know, you had all those guys.
Yeah, they were really, it was a strong promotion for quite a long time. It just,
Yeah.
you know, it's just everybody was getting bigger, and you know, I mean, the Road Warriors left, and you know, a whole bunch of guys left. You know, and nobody was coming in.
No.
That was another problem, is they were not getting
Even their homegrown talent left. Kurt Hennig was like, I'm out. You know?
Yeah, Kurt Hennig leaving.
And Scott Hall left, yeah.
I mean, you couldn't even keep, you know, Z-Man around. That's really bad.
Zeus, I completely forgot that he was in the AWA until
who's Zach? Yeah, he was, Pedro.
He fought Zabisco for the title, right? He challenged.
That was in the Battle Royal, and they were the last two guys.
Oh,
probably
that's
the
what it
Battle
was.
Royal ever with two guys' last name with a Z.
At the Showboat Arena, that was brutal.
To decide a world title. Yeah, that was a terrible way to decide a world title.
Yeah, it was horrible. But Zeus, you did an excellent job, my friend. Excellent job. Super famous MVP, Zeus King Dark, baby. Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. Like I said, thanks to Coach, thanks to Phil, my teammates, thanks to my opponents. They like I said, they did their best, you know, and we handled them. I mean, to be fair too, I mean, you know, one of those guys, he picked a Royal Rumble as his expertise.
That's hard, man. Yeah. That's hard.
That's
a lot of numbers.
Yeah.
That's a lot of numbers. You got to remember times, how many times, how long, the length. I mean, that's a lot of numbers you got to remember.
Yeah,
I can barely remember the year I was born, much less the fucking Royal Rumble numbers. Jesus.
Yeah, and some of the guys picked, you know, they picked, you know, specific years in a certain promotion, and you know, I'm just like, you know, that's, you know, you because you're opening yourself when you're doing something like that, you're opening yourself to having to know a lot about people you may or may not have cared about.
Yeah.
Right.
And a lot of stuff that slipped your notice, you know, in the meantime, you know, and I mean that, you know, I tell you that one thing was really great, that, you know, where I had no idea that it was Stagger Lee and Cowboy Bill Watts against the
Stagger Lee
15 times.
Yeah,
they
that's
did
a lot.
15 times. That's crazy. You know, and the fact that he knew that one, that was pretty tight.
Yeah. He knew it because
we're gonna see if we could get a hold of that Mid-South. It would be cool to get a hold of that Mid-South title belt. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that question about the 15 times, he knew because they had reviewed that book.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a Bill Watts book, right?
Yeah, Bill Watts book. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, but still, I mean, the fact that they read it, I mean,
I mean, you know,
I mean, that's just a hell of a, you know, that might have been a grapefruit for him, but I wouldn't have known that, you know. So
yeah, I don't think anybody knew that. I don't think anybody knew that. I didn't know that. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people didn't know that. 15 times.
But yeah, so. You know, some tough questions. You know, I think I answered, you know, a few, you know, and the one where it was the, you know, the two guys who were WCW, WWF, and USWA world champs.
Yeah.
You know, I always forget Sid Vicious. I always forget Sid Vicious, you know, being, you know, WCW and WWF world champion.
Well, it's easy to forget Sid Vicious because he absolutely sucked. But yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he, you know, still, I mean, you know, it was just one of those things. I felt, you know, when they were mulling it over in the to steal it. I was just like, oh, shit, that's right. I was like, Jarrett.
Psycho Sid. Yeah.
I don't know why I said Jarrett. I don't know why.
He never held the WWF. He never held the WWF belt.
Right.
He was only IC champ.
Yeah.
But no, that was great stuff, man. And then they hit you with the New Japan question, and I threw my hands up in the air. I said, I know this answer, so if I know this answer, Zeus, you better say it. I was like, if Tanahashi don't come out your mouth, boy, we're gonna have issues.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, like my first gut reaction out of my mouth was Okada.
What?
Yeah.
Just because we're so we've seen so much of him being champ in the last few years.
I knew it was Tanahashi. Like,
yeah, and then I had to stop myself, and I'm just like, wait a minute. I'm like, that's not right. I'm like, he's got the. I'm like, because and he had the
he had the longest reign, right?
Right,
the longest reign.
He beat Shinya Hashimoto's longest reign.
Yeah.
And that was where I was like, wait a minute. That's why I didn't say anything, and I had to really pin it down. And that's like, it's got to be the ace.
Tanahashi had so many like kind of small reigns like early on.
Yeah, so. He had a whole bunch of them.
He had a whole bunch of them. So that's how I just know. Like,
I like the way Zeus said it during the trivia contest. He goes, "Oh, it's the ace. It's got to be the ace."
Yeah. I wish.
Look at this guy right here. How you living?
Zeus, I wish you would have said, "It's my friend. It's my buddy."
It's my buddy.
My pal.
It's my bud, man. It's my bud.
Oh man.
That was great stuff, man.
Yeah, it's good times. Yeah, at Mid Moment on Twitter is the handle, and they have on. He does, as Zeus said, Mid South Moments podcast. You can find it on Apple, Spotify, Podbean.
It's a good show too. It's a pretty good show, man. I was listening to a couple episodes. It's pretty good.
So,
yeah, definitely give it a listen, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, and it's funny too. They're like, "Yeah, we're not up to the point where, And I was telling him, it's like, he's like, Dr. Death beat Bubba Rogers, and I'm like, yeah, Bubba Rogers beat One Man Gang. Like, One Man Gang was UWF champion.
I was like, oops.
Like the UWF World Title history is pretty short.
Very short.
I think it's Duggan, Gordy, One Man Gang, Bubba, and
Steve Williams. Yeah.
I think that's it.
It's pretty short.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you're talking about the Mid-South American, if you're talking about the North American title, then that's different because I had a lot of titles.
Right, that goes way back into that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, man, that was good stuff. No, he knows his stuff too, so that's pretty cool that he's into the Mid-South stuff. So it's cool. It's cool.
I know, isn't that crazy? Yeah,
man, he knows his stuff. So that's good.
It was such a a memorable promotion that here we are, 25 years, 35 years later, and we got guys that are interested on the other side of the pond.
Yeah, so that's awesome,
man. I think that's fantastic. But so shall we say adieu to the trophy, the ticker tape parade, all the wonderful things that came along with it, and then start talking about some the G1 Climax 30.
G1. Yeah.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
I love talking about
okay. Hold on.
Actually, speaking about ticker tape parades and all that, I think one of it just got canceled. Am I correct, Pedro?
What
right? Well, I could have sworn somebody was saying, it's the J1, it's over. This is it. Just sign your
It's
name
not
on the
the
dotted
G1,
line.
it's the J1. Yeah.
It's the J1. He's gonna win it.
Well,
It's a no brainer.
we,
You
we
know.
we will get to that, James.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to go back to day 13. I like
Go
to
for it,
take
baby.
I like to take this in chronological order.
Sorry if I stepped out of line, my friend. Go ahead. Go right ahead.
You're going to get to give all the Jay White fans Jay Shite fans all
There you
the
go.
grief you want.
Mm-hmm.
But Zeus saw day 13 back before our show last weekend, but I hadn't. James, did you watch day 13?
I couldn't watch the whole thing. I watched bits and pieces of it, but go ahead, go for it. I haven't been able to watch anything all week. It's been tough.
Okay, well, it got going with Ishii versus Jeff Cobb, which was such a banger, as Zeus told us, a banger.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
That might be one of my favorite matches of the whole tournament.
Oh, yeah. Zeus, you got to give it to me right now. I need to hear the ring announce Ishii. Go ahead, Zeus.
Ishii Tomohiro.
I love that shit.
Jeff Cobb.
All we need is red shoes in the house, and we'll be good to go.
Well, he wasn't the referee for that.
No, I know.
But yeah, that was that was a really, really good match. I got way into that. Then you have the Jay White versus Yujiro thing, which really wasn't a match. It was more like an angle thing. But
Yujiro.
What about that, Zeus?
Well, I mean, Yujiro was, Jay White was under the expectation he was just going to lay down and let him pin him.
Yeah.
And apparently there's a little pimp pride in him, and he wouldn't just lay down for him and tried to sneak in a win. And, of course that, it was a short match and Jay White wins, but, now Jay White's paranoid. He thinks that Gato is working against him.
Yeah.
And he thinks that, Yujiro's working against him and he doesn't know who else he can trust. And so there you go.
Dissension in the ranks.
Yes.
Yep. Then you had Will Ospreay versus Taichi. Was good. I don't remember too much about it though.
Yeah, we'll talk about Ospreay in a little while.
Yeah. It was okay. Taichi's got a pretty good gas tank. He's a lot of his matches are hitting around 15 minutes or so. So I think he's he's doing a good job. He's what's a good name for what I'm thinking of? The way to describe Taichi is he's decadently stubborn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's so overly fancy, and he's just a gigantic pain in the ass. I mean, that's the way he works. And of course, Will Ospreay is 100 miles an hour, and may or may not know wrestling holds. It's debatable.
He belongs in the EW. Flips.
Ibushi versus Minoru Suzuki. That was good.
That was a good match. I mean, Suzuki's just, he's beating the crap out of, everybody, and he's being himself. He's 51.
Wow.
It's tough. It's tough being that age and keeping up with guys like Kota Ibushi, who's just a freaking. I mean, Ibushi is just crazy. All around good. Another, 100 miles an hour. Statue of David body. just ridiculous.
I mean, he has slowed it down. I think Ibushi has in this G1. He's not going.
I think he had to, right? Didn't he have to? Because this is like,
I mean, him and him and Naito and everybody else was dropping him on his fucking neck all the time.
yeah.
So yeah, I think he's a little bit more deliberate.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah,
I mean, good.
It is. It allows people to breathe and build up, and
I kind of like that he hasn't even busted out that one German. He tried to do it in one match, but that one German where the guy's on the apron and he would back in the ring. He hasn't busted it out. So it's like it's being saved for the really big stuff. So that makes it more special. But
exactly.
Then you had I thought this was a really good match. Okada versus Shingo.
Yeah. Yeah, Shingo in there, he's he's taking on the big dog Okada, and they're going at it pretty well, and it's had that damn money clip. That's a better name for it than Cobra Clutch, because it's not a Cobra Clutch.
Commentators are still calling it a Cobra Clutch.
I give up. I can't.
I mean, there's no point in debating. I mean, we went through it.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you that it's a money clip, but the intention, I'm assuming, because of what the commentators keep calling it, is supposed to pass off as the Cobra Clutch, but it's not really.
It looks like so much shit, Pedro. It looks like shit.
But you know what?
It looks like shit.
God bless Shingo. He put that thing over. I mean, he died. He died on that.
Yeah, he did.
So him and Ishii kind of did the same thing for it this week. But we'll get to that a little later. But they've gone out of their way to try and get it over. It's not getting over, I don't think, but we'll get to that.
Brutal.
What about day 14? You had Yoshihashi versus Zack Sabre Jr.
Yoshihashi, he pulled out one win by this point, but he wasn't getting another one over Zack. He just Zack Sabre Jr. is the kind of guy who doesn't give Yoshihashi those openings for his type of moves.
Yeah.
And it's just he had him tied up so tight at the end, and he just goes from one submission to the other, and he just had him tied up, and that was it. He tapped.
So, sometimes Zack Sabre Jr. is almost like Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers in that he's relentless with the just segueing from one thing to the other, just like relentless on the opponent. That match is kind of like that, like towards the end.
Yeah.
This match was really fun. It was really fun. Toru Yano versus Kenta.
Yeah.
This was hilarious. It was a hilarious match, James.
It was funny. There was a lot of yelling. Of course, the tape. It's definitely.
That I give Yano credit for that. Every match, people do the same shit with the tape. It's in his ties, it's up his nose, it's behind his ear. It's all over the place. It's funny. It's funny.
Oh, the big reveal was Kenta's briefcase, though.
Oh, whoa. What happened?
It was like loaded with a gazillion things of tape.
Really?
And he taped Yano to the entrance thing, and then went back to the ring.
Yeah. He had him trapped at the entryway, and taped him up there, and got the W.
Oh, brutal. Kenta.
Then Sonata versus Juice Robinson. This is another good match.
Blues Juice.
Hmm.
I'm all on board for Blues Juice, but he did not. He wasn't able to get by on Sonata.
He's been on a little bit of a roll lately, hasn't he?
Oh yeah. We'll get to that too.
Yeah,
Yeah. It was, overall, it's a good match. I mean, Sonata is. I think he kind of started. I think he really started. Toward right around this area. He started kind of. I thought he kind of looked really blasé the first week, and even though he picked up that, he picked up a couple big wins before this, but sometimes getting some emotion out of that guy is really tough.
I think the win over Naito is like where he starts turning things around.
Yeah.
What you're alluding to this week, he's pulling the crowd into it more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
He's doing things to like appeal to them, like directly, like to get them on his side and motioning to them and things like that. Things that sound simple or whatever, but maybe not everyone thinks of it, So.
And stuff that he's been the big silent guy.
Yeah.
It's like everybody in LIJ's got something to say, and they pass the mic to him. He's just like, no. And now he's kind of coming out of his shell.
That was a good match, and another good match, Tanahashi versus Goto.
Tana.
Yeah, I mean, Tanahashi just, I don't know if anybody's putting in any more effort than he is in this thing. I mean, he just keeps getting up. He's selling the shit out of everything. He's just putting 100% in. It doesn't matter if it's an 8-minute match or a 25-minute match. I mean, he's like, he's really the unsung hero of this whole thing, because when you're in in the ring with Tanahashi, you're gonna come out the other end looking good either way.
That's a good point.
Tanahashi, he's like so good in this tournament that like I knew from the beginning he has no chance of winning the tournament.
Right.
Like, because he's supposed to be in that stage where he's just towards the twilight of his career.
Right.
But he's so good, I want him to win the whole thing. But
right.
I know he can't, right? I know
right.
he cannot, booking wise, but you want him to maybe he can do one more
right.
Hail Mary run, like
one more high fly low.
Oh.
But that one avalanche move Goto hit, I was like, holy shit. I can't remember the name of the move. It's where he, drops him over his knee.
Yeah.
He did
kind of like that rude awakening into that.
Yeah, but
over the
like avalanche version off the top. I was like,
yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Once again, Goto is just that perennial guy who, you can't ever take anything for granted with Hiroki Goto, because he'll beat you in a second if you drop your guard.
I kind of feel bad for Goto in that he's likely. I mean, he's never going to be the IWGP champion.
No,
he's never.
No, when you team in with Ishii, you get those guys
the tag team titles.
Yeah, man.
But they'll never be the world champion.
No, never.
No, it's kind of sad, but because it's not like they don't deserve it, but.
Well, I mean, but it's it's also a very Japanese thing to be kind of tragically, in kind of that second tier or second place.
Yeah.
There's still
that's how they see him. Yeah.
Dignity and respect, because, I mean, because they could, somebody like him, could be a number one star in somewhere else.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Goto in
All Japan or something.
In All Japan or maybe even DDT or Noah. He's
I hope Goto is never in DDT. That would be terrible.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying as far as all that goes.
Yeah. Naito versus Evil. It's a fine match, but I don't want to see any more Naito versus Evil. Although I know we're gonna get like a fourth match or whatever. No, but
yeah, but the matches are always good. We're just tired of seeing the matchup, but the match is always good.
I
I think they're good. I think they're good.
I think you're biased.
I am biased a bit, I guess, but I mean the Evil's shtick is just getting kind of old. He's just the same thing all the time, just low blows, low blows.
That's what you get when you break up the best tag team ever.
He's getting by. He's getting by on a lot of aesthetics too.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
He looks the part.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When he walks to the ring, he looks the part. And then he has to wrestle. But another 20 plus minute match there. And so almost, for Evil, he's kind of secured a goal where it actually doesn't even matter if he won or not by beating Naito. He secured himself a title shot before Wrestle Kingdom.
That's right. Yeah,
so
that's right.
I mean, beating the champ was in and of itself as big for him as winning the entire thing, because he still ends up with an opportunity that few else have.
Yep.
I want to thank you guys in advance for catching me up with everything, because without you guys, I'd be lost. Because it's hard for me to watch these days, because everything's going on with my mom. Yeah. It's just hard for me to watch.
Your lovely mom.
Yes.
And we thank her for putting up with you.
She said, "What's a Zeus?" I said, "Long story, Mom. Don't worry about it."
Remember when they brought me that package in the mail?
Yeah, right.
Tell me about it for 45 minutes.
Yeah, you spaz. Like, Mom, what the hell's wrong with you?
So, day 15, moving along. Will Ospreay versus Cobb.
I love listening to you guys catching up to New Japan, because I mark out when you guys talk about it. So go ahead. I'm sorry, Pedro. Go ahead.
Oh, I was saying day 15, Will Ospreay versus Jeff Cobb. It was good.
Will Ospreay. Jeff Cobb.
Yeah.
So this was a rematch from the MSG card.
Yep.
Where it was title for title, Ring of Honor TV champion Jeff Cobb against never openweight champion Will Ospreay, and in the shocker was Jeff Cobb won that one and became double champion.
Yep.
I didn't see that happening at all, and it did, and it was kind of crazy how I thought that Cobb was, he showed that he was every bit as good as Ospreay in that match. And, I thought that was huge for him. Even though both of the title reigns ended really quickly after.
Yeah.
For Cobb, the fact that he did that, and, kind of one of the things I think about Ospreay is I think he has better matches when he loses. And maybe it's just a little bias on my part, because I get tired of seeing him win all the time.
Yeah.
but that year, he lost that match to Jay White. Champion versus champion match.
Mm-hmm.
Hell of a match.
That was a good match too.
Yes, it was.
So be that as may, we had Jeff Cobb once again proving himself the man of the night against Will Ospreay.
I know Juice has claimed his right to face Kenta and the contract, the briefcase, but I keep saying I love to see a program with fucking Jeff Cobb and Kenta. I think they're missing out, man, if they don't do it, because I think they work well together. I think it could be good stuff.
I mean, Jeff Cobb's a New Japan wrestler now, so
yeah. Oh, so he's full blown New Japan, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kota Ibushi versus Yujiro. I don't really remember much about this match.
Because it's Yujiro.
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
I remember Ibushi getting really fired up toward the end. I think I remember that. I mean, I think he was like, I'm not losing to this fucking guy. And I'm going to beat his face off with my bare fucking knee if I have to.
Can you imagine pre-match? I'm going over. No, I better be going over. What? I'm not going over.
I mean, it's like no. It's like this is gonna, if I have to break your face, I'm winning this match. If I have to go Super Saiyan and turn blonde and then I am not losing this damn match.
No. Poor Jiro. It's just I don't think anybody wants to see him anymore. Like, whatever.
He's lucky as fuck to be in that tournament. So,
I mean, when
why is he in the tournament? Why?
Because of COVID, and there's less guys to choose from.
Yeah. When Yujiro is going to be on anything, people are excited for one reason, and the one reason is not in these shows right now.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
So there's like zero reason to be excited for Yujiro.
Yeah,
it's like, where the fuck's his better half? Oh, never mind.
Shingo versus Taichi, that was pretty good.
And sounds like that would have been a good match.
Yeah, and they got a good rivalry going because they're Suzuki Gun and Los Ingobernables have butted heads in the past, and they definitely don't like each other. And I think you got a good feel of that. It's definitely they definitely did not want to concede to the other one. So, but it's Takagi taking another tough loss.
Oh, he lost? Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's,
I've really grown to like Shingo a lot. He's gotten so good, man.
I think so too. Overall, I think it depends a lot on his opponent too, because I think he tries to have the best match with his opponent.
Mm-hmm.
I think he plays to their strengths, and sometimes that most of the time that works.
Yeah, but he hasn't been. I don't think he's really had a bad matchup yet, has he? Could be because he usually plays it like just like you said, he plays to the opponents.
Yeah, but he's still kind of always. I mean, the New Japan style though is, still a little bit. It's still a little bit move heavy.
Yeah.
Overall, so. His stuff fits, and I got no problem with it. I think he, when we get stuff like his run in the Best of Super Junior last year, he was so dominant, and it was just such a great Just such a great run. He's right there. He's yeah.
I will say he had some pretty decent stuff in Dragon's Gate before he was in New Japan. Trying to remember, he was involved in a hair match. I can't remember who it was against. But I just remember it being really good. Shingo, yeah, he really likes that hard hitting stuff.
Yeah.
So
he's gotten really good to me, man. He really has.
But I mean, he hasn't really. He's been good, like pretty much since he arrived in New Japan.
Yeah, that's why I mean,
what I was saying was he was doing pretty good stuff like before he was in New Japan. So
right. But I remember watching him earlier in New Japan. Maybe it's just me, but I remember watching it earlier in New Japan, and then it was good, but his stuff wasn't as crisp as it is now. Or it's either that, or I'm just paying attention more than when every time he wrestles.
Well, probably also him just getting used to the whole thing too.
Yeah.
One of the more unique matches of the whole tournament: Suzuki versus Jay White.
Wow. I hope Suzuki beat the shit out of him.
Well, no, he didn't. So, I mean, it was a hard-hitting match, and Jay White was on his bicycle here and there, but it was Jay White that came out with the win on that one.
Yeah.
Zero's in the chat. I just for people who watch the show sometimes, I sometimes see the thing later than everyone else, like because of the StreamYard thing. So sometimes I see things later. But very happy to see Zero.
Zero, what's going on, brother? How the hell are you?
We're waiting, James. Come on.
Yeah, we're waiting.
What?
Okay.
We're not getting it. We're not getting the comments from the peanut gallery.
I said, what's up to my boy Zero? Zero's my hero. What's up, man? I'll give Zero a holiday up because I'm too happy because I'm talking with the MVP.
Oh, okay.
All right.
We're happy to be with the MVP of the
track. The MVP.
I thought Suzuki versus Jay White was a good match. It was I didn't really like that it was different. Like I'm not saying that a lot of matches feel the same, but there are a lot of matches in this tournament that sometimes feel like people going through their routines.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so like a battle of how they're going to remix their routines in a way. But this match felt different, and I appreciate that kind of thing. And then this was a super good match. Even if it was the result was disappointing. Okada versus Ishii.
Ishii Tomohiro.
Yeah.
Do was it the Leizu Chico Okada?
I gotta start talking shit, Pedro. You see, that was unnecessary right there. Okay.
I wanted to hear it in the Japanese announcer voice.
Everybody gives me shit.
Money clipper.
Oh yeah. So this match, this match made me feel real emotions. Let me say this. I felt very real emotions in this match.
Yeah.
Because the way Ishii kept escaping the money clip, the Cobra clutch, whatever you want to call it, the shitty clutch.
There you go.
I was starting to really believe he was going to win this match. I mean, I was really believing it because he just kept escaping and fighting. And I was like, I was so.
But he was taking some damage.
I know. I mean,
the whole thing.
I was just believing. And then
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying it's like you're so invested because he keeps coming back, even though he keeps getting beat down. He kept getting up.
yeah.
Ishii versus Okada. I wonder who I would have went for. I know, it's easy.
Well, Okada wins. Ishii does what Shingo did as well. Like he put over the thing and he goes out. He dies. And this was the match. Talked with Zeus about it privately, and then we talked about it before the air. I heard the crowd groaning towards the end every time Okada would put on the hold.
Gee,
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Well, they want the rain. The crowd wants the Rainmaker in Japan.
You know what? I'm not a big Okada fan, but I want the Rainmaker. I want to see him do the thing.
Okada, I'm an Okada fan. Okada fan wants the Rainmaker. Orlando, Florida wants the Rainmaker.
Yeah, I want to see the Rainmaker again.
Fuck that piece of shit, fake Cobra Clutch. I got my hand connected with your arm because I'm too lazy to stand behind you because I don't want to do shit anymore because I'm hurt. Fuck that. I'm tired of seeing that stupid shit. He did it like 4 times in a match. And don't get me started. That's the reason why I didn't get an Okada t-shirt. I got an Ishii one, okay?
I mean, every time I see Okada doing the wrist control, I'm like, do it, Rainmaker, do it. Do the Rainmaker. And then it's like back into the thing, and you're like, fuck.
Now, the only other reason I can think of, so if they don't want to have Okada, if they don't want to push Okada during his G1 tournament, and they have to figure out a way out of it, is to do it like this. So if he doesn't use the Rainmaker, he'll lose.
He's been doing this since the New Japan Cup, though.
That's right. Yeah, that is right. That's true. So that just blows a hole in my theory. It just sucks.
I mean, or maybe when he finally brings it back at the Tokyo Dome, we're all going to just freak out and mark out like nuts. Who knows?
Yeah, that's still 3 months away.
Hey, you know, New Japan likes their long build-ups. they like their long story build-ups. So yeah, what do you think of that match, Zeus?
I mean, like I said, I mean, I wanted Ishii to win, and he put him over. He put that over. Now, the only thing I was kind of wondering at as it started getting past like 22, 23 minutes, I was just like, well, we haven't had a draw yet in the tournament.
Yeah.
I was like wondering if that could be it, but.
Is this the first time it seems like there's always at least one draw every G1. Sometimes more than one draw. So I was surprised there's not a single draw this whole G1.
Yeah. Well, that's what they get for having 30-minute time limits.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Well, we'll move on to day 16. Yoshihashi versus Kenta.
That was actually not bad. I mean, this year it's a crazy year because we had COVID, we've had all these fucking border closings and dealing with all this stuff and
the sociopath in chief.
And
that is for James. No politics until next week.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad.
And we've had so many crazy things happen this year. Of course, 2020 is the year that Yoshihashi decides to turn it on and gets some confidence in what he's doing, and he's not just the I get pinned guy anymore. He's not little brother. He's kind of finally growing into his britches, and You know, if I was him, I would get some damn new gear. Ditch that fucking Naruto jacket.
Naruto jacket. Oh my god.
Oh, that's funny.
But I mean, seriously, I mean, he's just, he's wrestling like he's a regular, guy who's got the chance to win any match.
Maybe he had to step up because it's a light G1 because of COVID. So he was told to step up to his thing. It's possible.
Could be.
Yoshihashi. I wonder if he's going to be next.
Yoshihashi did lose to Kenta by submission.
Yeah,
but and it was a good match.
Yeah.
I mean, Kenta is he's proved he's just been, that he just went and went to WWE and just clearly got hurt and never got a good push. And I'm sure he's sitting at home right now going, at least I'm not Akira Tozawa, running around in ninja.
You're right.
Yeah.
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 So, then the next match was fucking
Juice Robinson versus Zack Sabre Jr.
That was a good match.
That was a good match.
Yeah.
What did you not like?
I didn't like the result. I can't help it. I don't know. You're not from this planet. If you can listen to Juice's music, crank up and not smile. If that music doesn't make you smile, just call Elon Musk and just book a flight off the planet because you're not from here. And he's just himself. He's not like anybody thinks he should be. He's not. And he's out there, kicking ass as good as he can. And, Zack Sabre Jr. is just that, he's just a damn,
a-hole.
Yeah. He's just a menace.
He's a prick.
Yep.
Fucking
James, it doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what your mom thinks. It doesn't matter what your daddy thinks. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks. I am the best.
I don't have any
doesn't matter what
suitcases for you to sit
Zero's
on.
mom thinks.
Zero!
What about Naito versus Yano?
It's not. I'm not remembering that one.
I don't remember. They just did some comedy bits. I don't really remember too much about it either.
It probably involved tape.
It did involve tape. Yes.
Oh, it involved tape.
Yeah. He taped Naito to that one guy. To
Tsuji.
Yeah, to Tsuji.
Yeah.
And then he had Tsuji go through the guardrailing grate, and they came back inside, and then he had Tsuji, help him.
Yeah.
Oh
my god!
And then after they got free, he did the fist thing, Tsuji was gonna join the LIJ, but then he blasted Tsuji. It was a fake thing, but something like that, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
something like that. Something.
And the thing about Yano is all about comedy and silliness as he is. He's really good when he wants to be.
Yeah,
I mean, he tries so hard, but then that belly to belly he hit on Zack Sabre Jr. earlier in the tournament, it's just like that was nasty.
Yeah,
it's just Yano's being happy being this guy, but he can be somebody else if he wants to be.
Yeah, I mean, being this guy will extend his career probably a good while.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I'm still mad at Gumby for not selling being called Gumby, but okay, go ahead.
Goto versus Evil. That was pretty good.
Ooh, how was that?
Yeah, pretty decent. I mean, once again, it's a lot of Evil getting off his fat ass.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, the bad thing you know how the Evil matches are going to end if he's going over.
Yeah, it's a lot of nut shots, a lot of dick to go.
Dick to go. Dick to go. Yamaguchi-san, no Yamaguchi-san, dick to go. No pee-pee, choppy.
I am not Valvenus, and you are not going to choppy on my pee-pee. Did you see that?
That's still one of the best promos Juice Robinson ever did. I'm sorry.
Far and away. That's the promo of the year.
Yeah, man. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's a promo of the year. That shit.
Yeah. Well, if we do the year-end awards,
that's promo of the year, man.
Everything's not evil. Bunny rabbits aren't evil. Rainbows aren't evil. I'm not evil. I'm a sweetheart. You know that.
Fucking Juice, man.
And then possibly my favorite match of the tournament so far. There's still one more match to go in the tournament, but Hiroshi Tanahashi, the Ace versus Sanada.
Yeah, that was good. That was a great match. That almost went the time limit.
Yeah.
And there's Tanahashi, once again putting in all this effort, with all the stuff that we know he's been through this year alone. And there he is, just trying his ass off, and you don't know if he's going to lose or not, but Sanada ends up, bringing it out in the end, and
he's been on a little bit of a roll, Sanada.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, Sanada gets the win at just a little over 28 minutes.
Long match.
Yeah,
it's worth seeing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent match.
I'll put that one in my book to watch.
So then we go into day 17, which is the last day for Group A. Group A's last day.
Right. That was have some issues.
We get Jeff Cobb versus Yujiro, and the first half of this match, I was tempted to message you all privately and say, I think this is the first match that one could skip because Yujiro was just moving so slow. I was just so I was just so bored with the match, but Yujiro ended up winning the match, which I can't believe.
I can't fathom that.
Yep, that was crazy. That was crazy.
He went over on Cobb.
Yeah, Cobb was gracious enough to eat the pin for him.
He must have promised him a night with his whore.
Oh, damn it! You're like Pedro. He's a
happily in a relationship, I believe, right now. So
I know. I just I had to make some kind of excuse for going over.
James, you're right. He is the Tokyo pimp, so I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Holy shit. I guess
I mean, a good way to reintroduce the whore back in the storylines,
She's a go-go dancer, not a whore.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my bad. A go-go dancer, yeah.
A model, a ring girl.
Yeah.
She does a bunch of things, but
Zero's mom is a go-go dancer. This chick's a whore, okay?
Oh shit! Oh my god!
You knew it was coming.
Shingo versus Suzuki, a rematch from their never open weight title match.
No, a lot of elbows, a lot of forearms, a lot of
Hard hitting, huh?
yeah.
Good.
Shingo gets the win. About 12 and a half minutes. So he's secured a rematch for the title after this is over with.
And now one of the biggest news making of the tournament, Okada versus Will Ospreay.
Yep.
Talk about it.
Well, it's moving along just fine through about the first 10, 11 minutes of this match, and Ospreay's he's trying to avoid the money clip and hit his usual stuff, and he's flying around, and he really put it on him early.
Yeah.
From what I remember, he's like flying over the top turnbuckle out to the floor.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
He really started out, fast and strong against Okada, and then late in the match, one of the women from Stardom, Bea Priestley.
Oedo ties Bea Priestley,
yeah, and the great O'Karn, who I got to see live in Charlotte. New Japan Charlotte. He was the only actual Japanese wrestler at New Japan Charlotte. We thank you for being there. He's looking more like Dragon Master in a in a gangster suit, like a Yakuza guy. And so Bea Priestley steps into the ring to distract the referee, and Great O'Karn comes in and hits Okada with a iron claw choke slam, and Ospreay gets the win. So apparently Ospreay is out of Chaos.
Who's next to turn? Who's next? Yoshihashi next?
Well, I don't think so. But
after Ospreay won, at first he's giving these looks of confusion.
Oh yeah, at first he kind of had that surprised look on his face, like, "Oh, what's going on here? There's my girlfriend and some guy,"
Yeah.
Then it turned to smiles, and then the post-match attack, and he's all "fuck you."
Yeah, he's telling Okada "fuck you," and then he sticks his tongue down his chick's throat, and he's going back to telling Okada "fuck you." Like, yo, what kind of shit is this now? Bea Priestley, get the fuck out of here. Go back to Stardom.
So do we have Will Ospreay? Did he join Oedo Tai, or is this a new?
I've been seeing everyone in the Stardom circles joke about that, like that he joined Oedo Tai, and there's also.
This is going to be a new faction, or is this just, or is this going to be just them three?
I mean, I imagine it has to be something. What if Ospreay and Oka or O'Karn or whatever tag for what's that thing?
Tag
League.
They could.
See?
I mean, it's
nobody likes Okada doing the money clip. Now he's getting the shit beat out of him by fucking Ospreay. You see what happens when you don't do the Rainmaker?
In that match, when Okada put the money clip on Ospreay, the crowd did a little groan. Not quite to the extent they did against Ishii, but they did a little groan.
Nobody likes it. Nobody wants it, Pedro.
They want the Rainmaker back.
Yes, they do. It's Okada staple. It's an Okada staple. Come on.
But it's not just a staple, but I mean that's his finisher. That's his.
Yeah.
That's the big move, and a submission move that doesn't look good. Doesn't matter how many times you do it, it's just going over like a lead fart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care who puts it over either. Exactly.
Right.
Double Y, double H, what's going on? You Z's, huh? You been clocking Z's? Sleeping? That's okay. So Zero's mom's been sleeping too. I had to wake her up this morning.
Damn. Damn. Oh my God. But James threw me all off there.
Mrs. Zero, wakey, wakey.
Oh my God.
So then we had Kota Ibushi against Taichi.
Yeah, Kota versus Taichi, aka the kicking match, because they did nothing but kick each other.
They didn't do anything but kick each other for 17 fucking minutes.
Oh, that must have been fun to watch.
It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
And like I said, you know, I think that Ibushi might have given up on it on somebody else. But as I said earlier, Taichi is just that decadently stubborn, and you know that there are things where he will just die on the wrong hill. But it won't be because he didn't try and didn't believe in himself. But it was also strange that he never broke out the iron fingers.
Yeah.
In this whole tournament.
Yep.
No, he hasn't, has he?
No.
That's a good point.
So Ibushi moved to 14 points for the tournament after beating Taichi. And then we had
real quick, I wasn't sure. I thought they were going to break out of the kicking at some point. I'm like, at some point they're going to do something else.
Yeah.
And it just kept going and going. And part of me was fascinated to see how this, how this would follow through. And I applaud them just for doing something different. Because, I mean, like I said earlier, a lot of matches in the tournament felt like just people going through routine. But
fucking Zero, I love him. Decadently stubborn is what James calls Lex when he won't open up from behind for him.
Oh God!
Oh my God! Zero.
Okay.
Zero.
Okay, Zeus, set up the next match.
So then it was.
I'm sorry, who was this, Zeus?
This was all on Jay White. Jay White against Tomohiro Ishii. If Jay White had won, nothing else mattered. And Tomohiro Ishii, who put in about 450 minutes in the tournament coming into this match, he avoids Blade Runner and hits his move and gets the win.
You have to say it in the announcer's voice, Zeus. Please do.
Ishii Tomohiro.
Yes, sir. And Jay Shite is no more. No more J1 tournament. No more. My leg. I can still stand. No more of that bullshit. Fucking go back to Australia, New Zealand, wherever the fuck you're from, and shut the hell up. Just shut the hell up. New Zealand, wherever the hell. Yeah, Kiwi, you bastard. If you want, go punch Gato in the face, but leave me alone.
No
more Jay Shite. Yes, Ishii, my man, pulled through.
It was a good match. It was a really good match. I was kind of surprised at how it went out, how it turned out, but at the same time, there was some point I was like, Jay White is going a bit too far with his assholery in this match. I was like, it can't be for nothing, he has to be pushing things too far to eat, suffer karma or something. And yeah, he definitely he ate some punishment, and his plans did not go accordingly. And
no climax for Jay White, only for Mrs. Zero.
Oh shit!
Damn.
Oh my God.
My boy Ishii came through, baby. Yeah.
So yeah,
So then that sealed it up. Kota Ibushi won A block. That with that.
Are they going to give it to him again, Zeus? Do you think they get another G1?
who knows?
Well, who knows?
Let's see what happened on day 18, which was today, this morning. Spoilers.
Dawn.
Yeah, spoilers for everyone watching.
He's got 14 points now, right?
Yeah, but he's in the final. Ibushi's in the finals.
Finals, yeah.
He won A block.
He won A block. So who won B block? Let's find out what happened the last day of B block, and see who.
I'm excited.
So start off, you got Yoshihashi versus Yano, which went some places I wasn't expecting. Hashi had some tape hidden on himself.
No. That's the understatement of the year. Yoshihashi had taint tape, okay?
Oh, yeah, that's right. He had it hidden in his taint.
He had that. He dug. Look, Yoshihashi went for the tape outside the ring. He pulled his trunks back and he reached so far down in there. I was like, if you keep on reaching, you're gonna scratch your own back. But he pulled it. He pulled a roll of tape out, and he Yoshihashi and Yano was laying on the other side of the one side of the fence, and he put his bow staff on the other and taped his bow staff to Yano's arm.
Oh yeah, and Yano had to go through the railing
Yano had to
the other direction.
James, Yano fits in between those the rungs on the blue fence. Can you believe that?
He pushed himself through that.
I gotta watch this. This sounds ridiculous.
It was like watching an octopus escape from a
It's like Zero's mom with too much baby oil, just slipping and sliding.
Yeah, it's like you're not gonna fit. And he's like,
Oh, I have to watch this.
And then Yoshihashi even attempted a low blow in this match.
Yeah, and he missed. He caused Yano to miss that big one toward the end.
Yeah,
the back kick.
I gotta watch this. This was this morning, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was a fun little comedy match.
That was fun.
Then you had Goto versus Juice Robinson.
Oh my God.
Good match.
How'd that go? Yeah, good match.
Oh, I mean, Juice is just coming in with that. He's just got that energy every time. And, and Goto's not the kind of guy, he's facing him straight up, and Juice had to take advantage of the injured shoulder a couple times, and he went for a massive arm breaker from outside the ring too, and but Juice picks up the win.
Yeah, he
goes over Goto. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He hadn't got to hit that one move like the whole tournament, but he finally got to hit it here. So.
Oh my God, Zero. James tapes Lex's bow staff to his forehead in an attempt to cosplay as a unicorn. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Zero, you're fucking awesome.
Oh my God.
Juice Robinson went over, huh? But that's it.
Yeah.
Nobody choppy his pee-pee. Nope, he's going over.
No. Goto just, it's like he just taken so much punishment.
Yeah.
On the shoulder for the whole thing, and Juice Robinson finally nailed him with the pulp friction.
Oh, nice.
The unpretty or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But he hit him with it and got the 1, 2, 3.
And then we had the Ace Tanahashi versus Zack Sabre Jr., which I thought was a pretty good match.
That sounds like it should be fun.
Good match.
And another match where Zack Sabre Jr. felt like Mike Myers or Jason Voorhees and being like
he's just relentless.
Yeah, just relentless, going from one thing to the other. Like the match definitely was a struggle. This was definitely a struggle, and it felt so satisfying to see Tanahashi hit those dragon corkscrews on Zack Jr. after what they did in that tag title match over the summer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, his leg. Yeah.
The forward and reverse dragon screws on both knees.
Yeah.
Still have nightmares about that.
Yeah, that should look like it was crushing. Oh.
It was so satisfying to see him do that to Zack. He didn't do exactly that, but he used the move on Zack Sabre.
Yeah, he countered a lot of stuff. I mean, he was definitely driven, and then he reversed. Didn't he reverse the pinfall attempt and got the pin on Zack Sabre Jr. and he held it long too. He held it for about 4 seconds.
They were kind of fighting a bit after the match.
Yeah.
The match was over.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So who went over, Tanahashi?
Yes.
Oh, Gumby.
Yeah, that was a good match.
So maybe Tanahashi finds a different partner for Tag League. I don't know.
Yeah. And then you had, this was also a really good match, I thought. Naito versus Kenta.
Yes. Yeah, I'd actually really probably my favorite Kenta match of the tournament.
Really?
Yeah.
I think yeah. It was good.
And actually, I got a quick question. How many points Tanahashi has?
I think he ended with 8.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, Tanahashi ended with 8.
8. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, Kenta was more like he wasn't so much like a Bullet Club member in this. He was just kind of a heel, and you just felt like, I mean, he just pulled out all the stops against Naito and got the win.
Yep. If this match really felt like a lot was at stake, because if Naito won, he would have had 14 points. Then
but he had no tiebreaker against the
right. Like he had no tiebreaker against Evil, right? Because Evil
or Sonata.
Right, but if he had 14 points, it wouldn't have mattered. Like in Sonata's case, because Sonata had to win the main event to whatever. Because he was on 10 points going in. Naito, when he lost, he knew, and it was like a flash pin. It wasn't like he ate the go to sleep. It was a flash pin, like a roll up.
He reversed.
Like a counter. Yeah, it was a counter roll up. He knew immediately that he was out. He was out of the G1, and you could tell he was very unhappy. Yeah.
And we should also bring up at this time that one of the guest announcers at ringside was Hiromu Takahashi.
Yes, we should mention this. Yes, because that plays into the next match.
Really?
Yes.
James' former favorite tag team, Evil and Sonata, facing each other.
Evil Sonata.
So Evil has 12 points going into this match. Sonata has 10. If it's a draw, Evil advances. If Evil wins, of course he advances. If Sonata wins, he would advance because he would have the head-to-head over Evil and
over Evil, you're the tiebreaker.
And
right, over Evil and Naito.
And Naito, okay. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
So they had a match. Talk about it, Zeus. Talk about it.
It was pretty decent. I mean, it's typical Evil from the whole thing, but I think Sonata was really connecting with the crowd.
Yes.
He was. I think this has been another great tournament for Sonata as well. I think he's really become
He's come a long way from jobbing to Yano.
Well, it's not that. It's just I think that he's like he understands that that he's needed the crowd. I mean, he's kind of had to be the face.
Yeah.
He can't be. I mean, his nickname is Cold Skull, but he can't. He can't be that.
No.
He's got to. He had to appeal and draw in the crowd. And of course the crowd is really not into Evil. I mean, they're there's Bullet Club people booing Evil. So. I mean, that should be a T-shirt.
That should be a T-shirt.
Evil might join. Evil and To Go might join up with Osprey. I don't know. Who knows?
Who knows?
I joined the Bullet Club just to boo Evil.
So there is a lot of shenanigans towards the end of this match.
Yeah.
And of course, there's always a lot of shenanigans in Evil's matches, which I complained about earlier. But
so what happened?
Of course, Dick Togo was getting involved. Hiromu got involved to try to even things up. The referee got wiped out. Stuff was happening. Hiromu got involved to even things up, but then he ate a low blow. It seemed he was out of commission. When Sonata seemed like he was going to survive everything after all, Togo put that choking thing on him.
The garrote.
Yeah. And then Hiromu revived and super kicked Togo. And Sonata was able to pull it out, and he got a counter roll-up thing, and he pinned Evil, and he won B block. He's going to the final to face Ibushi.
Sonata.
James, you remember when this tournament started and you were pissed off that Sonata was jobbing to Yano?
Yes, very.
And now look, he's in the finals versus Ibushi.
Yeah.
Can Sonata pull it off and he could win G1?
Yes. If he can beat Ibushi.
If he can beat Ibushi.
Oh my God.
It's the finals tomorrow.
I'm excited. Sonata could win. I haven't been this excited since that Friday with Zero's moms.
Oh my God.
You can wake up early and watch it, James.
Yeah, I'm gonna wake up early and watch it. Oh my God! Wait a minute. Hold on. See, thank God. See, they did Sonata right because they had him job to fucking Yano in that ridiculous match. By the way, it's horrible.
He also lost to Yoshihashi.
Yeah, but you know what? I could swallow that a bit more than him jobbing out to Yano being taped and fucking counted out. That was ridiculous.
But James, like so many people jobbed to Yano. Tanahashi jobbed to Yano.
I mean,
Tanahashi just took the night off.
John Moxley got beat by Yano last year.
I know. What is this? What is it? A badge of honor to job to Yano now?
Zeus, do you mean PWI wrestler?
yeah, wrestler of the year.
The number one of the top 500 men in the world.
Job to Yano?
Got beat by Yano in that time period.
Yeah.
I think I want a job to Yano now. What is this?
Might be able to get you a DVD and a T-shirt.
Yeah, right.
I think I'm really happy. I was scared that when so many shenanigans were going on, and when they low blowed Hiromu, like I thought Hiromu was going to counter the stuff, but then he got low blowed, and I was like,
let me ask you guys an honest question.
Let me finish.
All right, yeah.
I was really scared that Evil was going to win, and we were going to get Evil Ibushi final, which this sounds super boring on paper. It doesn't sound like an exciting final.
No.
But now we're getting Sonata Ibushi, which action-wise should be excellent. So. Now, James.
I have a serious question. Do you kayfabe aside, do you think New Japan would say, hey, you know what? Yeah. How about if we get the G1 to Sonata this year? You think they'll really do that?
I don't know what they're going to do. That's all.
Because Ibushi's got to be the odds-on favorite.
Right, but he's also been there. He's the first ever to get to 3 straight finals.
Right.
So that in of itself is record setting, and he won it last year. And this whole tournament didn't end how most people were predicting. So I mean, you're talking about who the hell knows? I mean, it could very well be Sonata. I'm not going to be surprised whoever wins tomorrow.
At the beginning of this tournament, Zeus, didn't we predict it would be Jay White or Ibushi winning?
Yeah, I mean, we figured it would be Block A, somebody from Block A.
It seemed like they were either going to do one of those two winning or Naito.
I know everybody kept saying Jay Shite, and then there was somebody else everybody kept saying too. I kept reading. Who were they talking about?
Well, a lot of people thought maybe they were going to have Naito win as the champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read that too. Yeah.
So, Ibushi, Jay White, and Naito were the leading candidates, it seemed. But now you've got Sonata in there. So who knows what they're going to do?
That's exciting. Sonata, yes.
I mean, especially since like Naito could lose the title to Evil again. And you could have an Evil Sonata Tokyo Dome match. I can't imagine they would do that, but it could happen, I guess.
No. I don't think. I think Evil's run as double champ is over. That's it, done deal. I don't think that's happening again.
So
I don't think.
Do you think they would do Ibushi Naito as the Tokyo Dome match?
Yeah,
I'm scared of those two in the ring against each other.
Yeah, that's true.
We know what happens when those two get in the ring against each other.
They like to drop each other on their heads and their necks.
I don't. That's a hot man. That's a hot Tokyo Dome match. Either way you slice it, it'll be hot.
I mean, I would like it if Sonata won, just because Ibushi winning sounds like the obvious thing.
Yeah.
But this final 2 nights have thrown the obvious and the
how does Sonata? Okay. Let's say Sonata wins. How does Sonata Naito match up? Is that good enough a matchup to? Is that a good enough matchup for Tokyo Dome?
I mean, I think for Japan, yeah.
Yeah.
But Naito, I mean, according to what I'm seeing here, so Naito lost to Sonata, Kenta, and Evil in the tournament. So he's got to, I mean, if my things are correct, I mean, he's got to face each one of them again before Tokyo Dome. So I mean, he's got to make 3 title defenses before.
Either way, you got to face Sonata. So
twice.
Yeah.
Twice in the next 2.5 months.
If Sonata wins
if Sonata wins tomorrow, right?
Right. If not, then he
still has to face him.
This is all predictability to me is taken out of this.
Yeah.
I find the Naito Kenta match kind of intriguing.
Well, like I said, I mean, it was pretty good before, but who knows? Like, from the after tomorrow, there's going to be a lot of fallout. Especially within. I expect there's going to be a lot of arguing in Bullet Club, and like I said, and I was mentioning to Pedro, I don't know if the Tongans are all in Japan right now, or if they're still in Florida. But they're probably coming for Tag League.
Yeah.
And Firing Squad is coming back, and somebody's getting kicked the fuck out of Bullet Club.
Mm.
And I don't know. I've given up on predicting anything, but
Well, the obvious one, it's obvious that everybody would think Evil would be kicked out, but I don't want to put money on that because it could be Jay White for all people.
Right. Yeah. You can't, even though, like the arguments against it being Jay White are that, he was picked by both Prince Devitt and Bad Luck Fale, from way before to be in Bullet Club. But at the same time, everybody gets kicked out, eventually, that's been the leader. But it usually becomes a point where they get kicked out because, they're trying to do shit on their own without, and trying to reject the team and the group.
Right.
And Jay White's not doing that. He's just paranoid right now because he thinks that everybody's, he doesn't think he has any any confidence in anybody else that's around him right now. He's not even sure that that Gato is with him. So
it'd be funny if Gato's the one that turns on him, right?
Right. And the only thing is though is that if Gato is going to turn on Jay White, then why has Dick to go been there this entire time? Right?
Yeah, makes sense.
I mean, that's just, but once again, nothing makes sense.
Right. Yeah, even though it makes sense, it may not. Right.
So who knows? It's we'll just have to wait and see. Like I said, tomorrow.
I can't believe Sonata's in the final. Oh my God. I'm going to have to watch this match sometime today. I'm going to have to try to squeeze it in. I'm like, yo, Ma, Zeus said, Zeus. He's the MVP. I got to watch this match. So back up, woman. And so it's not just Ibushi and Sonata. It's going to be a whole card announced. So that'll be interesting in itself to see who else gets.
Yeah, really? I'd be curious to see what the rest of the card will look like.
Yeah, can we see some Bullet Club matchups in there?
Could be.
We'll find out.
Jay Shite versus Kenta. Who knows?
This has been a really good walk through the G1.
Yeah.
I want to talk real quick about next week. Next week we will discuss the final, but that's the main thing. Next week is we are giving James some airtime to express views that are just his alone, not the podcast.
Daddy's coming and he's not wearing any gloves. It's just like how I do it with Zero's moms. Yeah.
But next week will be.
No, we're just going to discuss a smidgen of the upcoming, elections here in the United States. That's all.
James is going to discuss.
I'm
not taking part in the discussion, but
we're just letting James have his say.
Yeah, I'll have a big disclaimer about it next week. So next week we will talk about the G1 final.
Yeah, absolutely.
We will give James the floor.
I'm more interested now with the rest of the cards, Zeus. I think you got a good idea because who knows who's going to be matched up with who,
I want to thank Zero, Brian Bell, YYH for stopping by.
Brian Bell, YYH0, and Mrs. Zero. Yeah.
Shout out again, of course, to the Mid-South Moments podcast.
Yes, sir. Mid-South Moments.
Steven, thank you. Everybody that took a part.
Shout out to the MMM show.
Mm-hmm. They had Conan on this week. That was kind of cool.
On this week, I haven't listened.
I think that was part 1. I think they're having him on again.
Yeah.
Anyone got anything to plug real fast?
Like I said, check out Mid-South Moments on your favorite podcasting platform.
Yes, sir. I'll be doing cardiac rehab with the geriatrics. Get my ass kicked, but it's worth it. And for all the political junkies out there, don't miss next week.
And my plan was to have a Halloween music special on the 23rd. I don't know if it's going to be ready by that point, though.
That would be appropriate when people die, Pedro, because it's Halloween. You see?
Well, I'm saying the plan is for it to be on Friday, the 23rd. I'm going to try to meet that, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But
yeah, that's when death is appropriate on Halloween.
But okay, we'll see y'all. Thanks y'all for watching. We'll see y'all next week. And everyone,
thanks for listening.
Wash your hands, wear your mask. We're running out of time. Adios.
And just like Zeus, you be an MVP and wear your mask.